to a sold-out crowd as they get set to go out of Panthers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaunton. And, Charles, we look at this Patriots team entering play. The losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home. Motion to a victory in this one.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Panthers, they come in 0-3 and in desperate need of a win.
And as a team, you start to feel...
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. So now the Patriots getting set to take over on offense. They're led out by their big-bodied electric quarterback, Cam Newton.
And I'll bet right now it's just one thought in his mind.
Win the game, yeah.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions,
no,
right?
2 touchdown passes last week.
2 touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage, stuff him in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, setting the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
Give them 4 on the carry there, but that only takes them back to where they started. 3rd and 10. And now we take a peek at the Patriot offense.
To me, the identity of the New England Patriots on offense is that they have no identity. They don't lean to the run. They don't lean to the pass. They just game plan each and every week for what they think is going to be most effective. And how does it turn out for them? One of the most balanced teams in the league. And they're usually way up there.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Stephen Weatherly in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down.
Look, Carolina had a number of issues last year, and that's why they slumped to 6-10 after a Super Bowl appearance. But pass rush wasn't a problem for them. They still got to the quarterback.
47 total sacks. That was just 1 behind Arizona, who led the league.
Yeah, I think the biggest issue for them, young corners that gave up a lot of big plays.
The Patriots send out their punter. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. Very tough spot here for the offense to start.
Let's go.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of... He can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. 2nd down, Bridgewater. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Short of the sticks after that completion, and now it's 3rd down for this offense. On 3rd and short. They'll try option left. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Patriots take over. And the Patriots gearing up to go now. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Now Newton on first down. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A very solid gain of 27.
I don't know whether I want to be a fly on the wall or not when they hear the explanation of how he, one of the bigger targets on the field, the tight end, could be that assignment.
Somebody did.
No doubt about it. There's no way you're not going to account for him.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. And the starting defense here for the Panthers.
When I saw that the Carolina Panthers were ranked 21st in total defense in 2016, I thought it was a misprint. This is a very talented defense, but they didn't play up to those standards in 2016. Perhaps the loss of Josh Norman at corner hurt them in the secondary. Luke Kuechly, their middle linebacker and their heart and soul of their defense, wasn't able to play a complete season, and they didn't get the same pass rush in 2016 that they had in the previous year when they went to the Super Bowl.
And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
But when it comes to the running game, the New England Patriots, they're one of the few teams in the NFL that I don't think care much about balancing things out.
Last year, to your point, 5th in passing yardage, number 30 in the run game.
What they want to do each and every week is make a game plan based on their opponent, not so much their own personnel, and they try to attack that way.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. The Patriot passing game is rolling. They've got another first down.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate. From the red zone now, Newton. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Pats have taken the early lead. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Yeah, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, wherever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And he gets it to make it 7-0 Patriots. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Carolina getting set to take the field. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. He's got his man on the crossing route. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
On first down, this is McCaffrey, and he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. The numbers for McCaffrey last week, 22 carries, 111 yards.
And they love what they've got in him. He's the number 4 rusher in the league right now, so you know that you have to account for him on defense, which means you can play complementary football as well. Throw the play action, get it out to the wide receivers, because they should have some open space because the defense will key on them.
Throwing, Bridgewater. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey, and he'll get it down here to the 43. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
Let's go. Way 90.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon.
Offense.
And that'll set them back 5. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Encroachment, defense.
So step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
Play fake here on first down. His throw incomplete. Second down following the incompletion. They'll run it now out of the gun. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Third down, Bridgewater. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. John Simon in there to drop it for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be fourth down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Here's the Panthers punter now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. A good run as he works his way for 9 that time, and it'll leave him with a third and just a few inches. Third down now following the run. And a give this time to the tailback. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll bring up a second down. 4 yards remaining now on second down. And he'll give it here to his running back. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. From the gun on third down, Newton. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll be fourth down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a fourth down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. The Patriots send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. Oh, the Panthers come hard and they block it. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. So much for pinning him really deep. Short punt could have pinned him inside the 10. Now great field position the other way.
It's never good when you're punting the ball and your eyes see the ball go back behind you.
No.
In however form, whether it's over your head or to the side, never good. Now it becomes a race to get to the football so they don't pick it up and take it all the way.
The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And this is their third drive. Maybe the focus right now not so much on points, but getting their first down.
And when you start off a game, you don't even think that's an issue, do you? But you go a drive, a second drive, no first down, that becomes an issue. Now you got to think about, okay, what type of play calling do I have to do to get us in a spot to pick that first one up?
Down to the 25. A gain of 3, second down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Offensive line wasn't set. There's the
team is ready to go. Sometimes the quarterbacks go faster than is necessary.
So pin that one on the rookie right tackle.
Remember those days when the right side was simply the run? McCaffrey following the penalty.
It's a loss of 2, now third down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. Found his target. It's Anderson. And a nice gain of 21 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature.
Left with a 3rd and 8. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
And before they can get settled in here, time expires on the first quarter of action. 7-0 is our score, and we'll return to Foxborough after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2. They're facing a tough spot, 3rd and 8 here to start things out. Bridgewater to throw it. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Lawrence Guy able to drop it for a loss of 12, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
And this one is right through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So this offensive unit, they've now had 3 drives, and they only have 3 points to show for it.
Payoff is the key for everything. How many offenses we talk to that say we have to finish drives? Thus far, this team hasn't finished it quite the way they've wanted to.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A reminder, later tonight, the Colts, they'll be in Seattle to take on the Seahawks. And then Monday night, it's the Redskins getting a second straight night game as they'll head down to Arrowhead to take on KC. We're in October already. Can you believe it?
No, I can't. This one's moving fast.
They go play action here on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Back to the air, Newton on second down. And an alley to run. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him 6 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. New England on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Newton. This is White on the screen. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a third down stop by them.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is brought in at the 21. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles, right in the 2nd quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing, and it's actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. Might have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is going to be 3rd and 13. From the gun, Bridgewater. Wide open receiver, complete. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Here's the option going left on 2nd down. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. Well, there they went blitz defensively, Charles, and things were paved well coming from the linebacker position.
I love the way that you described it, paved well. Oftentimes, the guy who gets home on the blitz, he's going to get all the credit. But his teammates did all the dirty work, right? They ran into people on purpose. They sometimes tugged on jerseys to hold linemen to create space and gaps. And that play finished off really, really well. Well conceived, well designed, and even better executed.
That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, end up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking 1st down.
A 1st down throw for Bridgewater. And he will find his man on the outside. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Here's Bridgewater. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get that one into the hands of Christian McCaffrey, and it's 3rd and short. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Here's Bridgewater. Got his target, Samuel. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 7, and they pick up the first. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Let's go.
Now whistles. Flag down, and I believe one of the Panthers got moving early.
False start, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. And here's motion again, and that's going to be 2 in a row.
False start, offense.
That'll be on the second-round pick out of Western Michigan, Taylor Moton. Now, this will be the 9th play on this drive. And now movement again, and they'll march even further backward.
False start, offense.
So that'll back him up 5. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
False start, offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on.
Let's go.
Bridgewater now from the 50. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Lawrence Guy in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. The Panthers on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be third and a mile. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And he's going to go down again. John Simon in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. Now, that play was doomed right from the start.
He just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
New England on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. A shotgun snap for Newton. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. K1 short. Able to track him down for a loss of 13. And it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
The Patriots send out their punter. Remember, though, he did have one blocked earlier. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Time to take a glance into what we've seen so far from Teddy Bridgewater. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect him better.
They do. They've got to make sure that they give him more than enough time in order to find targets downfield. And sometimes what happens when these things are going on is that the field general will step up and say, hey, that's on me, guys. I didn't get rid of it fast enough. Anything to try and relax them a little bit and take some pressure off, because they do know that they are trying.
Yeah, well, we've seen the 4 sacks so far in this contest. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. On the ground, McCaffrey. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Face mask. Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They'll try to throw here now. Bridgewater. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Third and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. Down at the 28. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. He made his first attempt, this from 45. And this one is right down Broadway. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So a good snap, good hold, and that one's right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, Brandon.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And now out come the Patriots. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now a handoff looking right. Spins by. Space to maneuver at the 40. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
Well, when you're able to break a run against a cover 2 or a 2-deep zone, safeties are back a little ways. What you're counting on is the guys taking care of business up front and then maybe climbing to the second level. That offensive lineman or tight end getting up to the second level and able to block the safety in order to create a big run.
And making those linemen work with a couple blocks. They look good doing it there. Two minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Foxborough after this. We're just 2 minutes away from sending you to Orlando for Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report, so don't forget about that coming up shortly.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a halftime without him, and we thank him for doing the highlights. Let's go get a snack.
On first down, Newton. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make this a second down. Instead of the running back in New England, sometimes they like to call them the passing backs. They get them the ball in different ways, don't they?
They certainly do. Think about the ones they've had in recent vintage. You talk about Kevin Falk, Danny Woodhead, Shane Vereen. James White could have been the MVP in the Super Bowl if it wasn't for a certain quarterback that was on the field that day.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Newton looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. So they get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. To throw again. Newton. Over the middle, Julian Edelman. It's complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. Throwing again is Newton. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. second down. Here's Newton. And a quick throw here. That's complete. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
This offense so far on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and goal. They'll run. This is White. And not only will he not get the few inches he needs, he's going to go backwards. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. And his kick is good. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. It's a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they get the field goal near the end of the first half to expand that lead.
Now, that's got to feel good, but they can't let up. Now on the kickoff, they've got to make sure they don't give up a big return or big yardage to set up the other team for one last chance to score themselves.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. On the return, here's DeAndre White. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And an alley to run. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Final play of the half, Bridgewater. And that is incomplete. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
All right, Brandon, we'll see if I can get through this without being skipped as we welcome you to our EA Sports halftime report. The Patriots are happy to be in front right now and just want to play 2 more solid quarters. The Panthers won't panic either. They know they just need to take it 1 play at a time. So here we go. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Patriots now later on the drive. Completion will be made here to a wide open man. And this 4-play drive goes for a touchdown as they get out to a 7-0 lead. Now 3rd and 8. Guys able to zero in on the QB here. This ends up as a huge loss in yardage. Now midway through the second. Short's going to take down the QB here. This ends up as a huge loss in yardage. Second half still to come. Let's get back up to Foxborough with Brandon and Charles.
This one taken just inside the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the 3rd quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there, just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Let's go.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. Always got some breathing room. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
And now he'll tuck it and run. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And that'll go for a gain of 18 on the keeper. First down. Fresh set of downs here. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now a handoff here to his running back. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
He may try and run for this. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Give him 5 on the QB run, but it's going to bring up a 4th down. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. And this one a 41-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And that gets him back within a single point. It's now 10-9. So it's a 3rd field goal for him now, and he's accounted for all 9 of their points thus far.
And he's definitely keeping them afloat. But we say it so often, field goals are not going to win you games in the National Football League. They've got to find ways to start capitalizing when they get down near the red zone.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Patriots offensive unit. They'll have it first here to begin the 3rd quarter. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them.
He's got the lane, and there he goes. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Marquise Lee, his first touchdown on the year. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And with that, the lead is up to 8. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. that is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken near the 13. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it. That was a really nice play. We're able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down. Not the start to the drive they were hoping for. That run doesn't get them much at all.
No, not at all. And that leaves them with third and long, which means you've got to dial up something pretty good. Think your best player with a play that he likes to run best.
Throwing is Bridgewater. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And now running right through him. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Face mask. Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. This is McCaffrey on the give. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Defense.
So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot. And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do. So 5 yards remain now. Still first down. McCaffrey on the counter. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain there on 1st and 5, and it leaves him with a more standard second down. But he was stopped on that play. He's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game. And to give this time to the tailback. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And they're going to face a third down. Well, add that play to his resume reel because he went to the Pro Bowl last year. That's how you go to the Pro Bowl. You make plays like that, big-time penetration, and throw people for losses. The Panthers on third down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd and 8. They'll run it now out of the gun. Going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. So when you call a corner blitz, what a lot of teams call a cat blitz, You're expected to come after the quarterback, but in this case, he ran into the ball carrier. Really nice technique, because what you do is you come the deepest offensive player, so he can't get outside of you.
So out comes the field goal team once more. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And his kick is indeed good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. Well, it can be a thankless job sometimes, but they'll be thanking their kicker here. That's now 4 field goals for him. He's kept them in the game.
He sure has, but this offense is going to need to find its rhythm because it's going to take more than field goals to win this football game.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. A gain of 8 and a first down.
As we well know, James White was an absolute man in the Super Bowl, but boy, his regular season wasn't bad either. Had 60 catches.
60 catches, more than Martellus Bennett, more than Chris Hogan, something that went overlooked in his arsenal. First and 10, Newton. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Ten yards still left on 2nd down.
Watch left, watch left, watch left. Stop right there.
From the gun, here's Newton. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Well, he's taken down, but not before picking up the first thanks to a flashy little spin move. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12. Now a first down throw for Newton. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Throwing is Newton. Oh, he's got a little daylight. He's to Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And for how much Cam handles the football, he really doesn't fumble a whole lot, but coughed it up there.
And I know that a lot of people seeing that play, they immediately go back to the Super Bowl against Denver and Von Miller knocking it free from Cam. But I think you're exactly right. One of the underrated aspects of his game, he's fundamentally sound when he carries the football. Whether he's in the pocket or actually running it, he usually does a great job of taking care of it.
He'll have to shake that one off. And tough starting field position here. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again, go play action, hit them over the top.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on 3rd. Here's the Panthers punter now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. And that kick will go out of bounds right at the 20-yard line. Now Newton on 1st down. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Foxborough. We get set for the 4th quarter. Patriots have the lead. They also have the football. And he'll give it here to his running back. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves him needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this will be taken at the 13. Oh, and he's taken down here by his face mask by the looks of it. And a penalty flag is going to give a much better starting position.
Face mask. Defense.
Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Brandon Copeland in there to record another sack. Their 6th of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And on 2nd and 10 now. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And he's got room. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 3rd down. Offense coming up, needing 2 yards on 3rd down. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. They'll halt play here for an injury as Christian McCaffrey is slow to get up. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll make it 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
2nd down, Bridgewater. And he's got some space here. To give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Brandon Copeland in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Bridgewater now on 2nd down. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Seventh play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. To throw, Bridgewater. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
And it is good. Oh, that one looked to be in trouble the whole way, but it does get over the bar. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Now the Patriot offense set to take over again.
I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try and play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man. Newton to throw. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask.
Face mask. Defense.
Boy, a tight game like this, 4th quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Newton on 1st down. And he lets go a laser pulled in by Edelman. And he'll go down at the 28. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. So we've got a 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, Newton. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
New England on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now a Carry for White. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This from 36 yards out. And his kick is good. And that will push the lead up to 5. So they get the 3 here, but you wonder whether that's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, you've now made it so they need a touchdown rather than a field goal to catch them. But you're right. If they'd gotten 6 out of that drive, this would be a much different game.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. First down, Bridgewater. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football.
Plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
A good pickup there, a 22.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. So the offense has it 1st and 10. From the gun, Bridgewater. That's caught right side by Anderson. And he goes out of bounds inside the 10 at the 9. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Let's go!
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got to jump here.
Encroachment, defense.
So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
They go option right on 2nd and goal. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. An extra DB defensively here. Big stop needed on 3rd and goal.
He may be a blitzer.
From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers have taken the lead here in the 4th.
They went 5 wide in that offensive set. And racing, going 3 wide is a big deal. To go 5, how about the way that they finish things off?
Did you just fit a race car reference into the game?
Zoom, zoom. How about the way that you play? When you go 5 wide, that means you're going fast now.
Zoom, zoom indeed. They're going to keep it on the ground. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line.
Well, that decision to me was all about pulling up the chart. You know, that beautiful chart that tells you when to go for 2, when to go for 1. I do love it. It helps you with your decision-making during heated times. And just look at it right here at this point of the game. Go for 2, try and make it a field goal difference.
But now just up 1 makes the rest of this 4th quarter a little more interesting.
Yeah, they followed the chart. They just didn't get the 2 points on the board, did they?
Nope. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive.
Holding, receiving team.
Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
On the crossing route, that's caught. Julian Edelman. And he'll be taken down just shy of the 40. A nice gain of 21 yards. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
On 3rd down, it's White. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. And to give this time to the tailback. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position.
Partner, when you see a running play stop short like that, you just know that the defensive front, they won the battle of leverage and created the push back into the opposing backfield.
And for the offensive coordinator, whether you had 1 yard to go or 20 yards to go on 4th down, now you're probably saying, oh, maybe I should have passed it, right?
Yeah, hindsight is always 20/20.
They'll try and burn some clock now with McCaffrey. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Second down and a little ways to go here. 2nd and 13. A handoff, McCaffrey running right. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave him with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third. McCaffrey. And he'll get it down here to the 43. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. And now the up man has it. It's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. It's a gain of 14 there. And the Panthers are going to get a first down. So they snap it straight to the up man. What's his responsibility? Normally, obviously, just to protect, but he's got to be a guy that can be pretty agile too, right?
Yeah, without a doubt, because you're talking about a guy, even in protection, he may have to slide up and down the line of scrimmage to pick up someone who comes through trying to block a punt. So you know he's got that ability to move, but oftentimes it's usually a running back, a fullback, someone who's used to having the ball in their hands, and he's able to pick up the first down. Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay.
Delay of game, offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Still first down.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Encroachment, defense.
So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
They go down to a knee and a sigh of relief as they are into the win column for the first time this year. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you prime the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Panthers, it took a few weeks, but they finally get their first one of the season here in Week 4. And they'll have another road date next week with the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, they too will leave here at 1-3. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. And with that, we say so long from Foxborough.